Myself to stream. Hello, y'all. How you guys doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Monkey Ass. How you doing? Hi, Judith. How are you? Hi, Glenda. Who else did I miss? I know a couple people before the show said that.
Midnight Moon.
Yeah, Midnight Moon. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? I know you said you'd be listening. Hey, Celica. Hi, Janet. I hope you feel better, sweetie. Hi, Friday Blue. Oh, I recognize your avatar. I know who you are. Hi, Hairback. I doubt you're still here, but if you pop in, hey. How you guys doing today? Give everybody a couple minutes to come on in. Hey, Glam and Chicks. Relevant Glitz and Glam Chicks. I'm going to have to call you something for short. Hey, Thomas. How are you?
We'll just call them Chicks.
Yeah, let me make sure I have this turned down. So I found a couple of videos that I'll play and discuss. And I would love to hear if any of you guys have ever had experiences. If you guys think you had an angel around you or seen an angel. You doing pretty good? Me too. I finally went back to work today after a couple of weeks. Same thing with my husband. Let me tell you, staying home for a couple of weeks kind of sucked. So I'm glad to get back out. Oh, my weekend was pretty good. Well, I had COVID for the past couple weeks. I swear it didn't seem to want to go away. Our whole family got it, except for one person didn't get it, and that was my little man. And he was more than happy to hide in his room the whole time and play video games, so he was good. Yeah, so that was that. But I actually got out this weekend and went to Renaissance Fair that I haven't been to in years. My mama took me for early birthday present. Because remember, y'all, this is my birthday month. You know, remember that song? The old song? It's my birthday, I can cry if I want to. That's going to be my theme. My husband's like, please don't sing it. This could be my theme song this month. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my goodness. Cry if I want to.
I remember I used to like that song when I was little. You had that. You used to have that cassette. Back before DVDs, cassettes. So, what did you guys do this weekend? Usually we have a great big 4th of July party. We usually go to one. We have one and nothing this year. But this weekend coming up is my granddaughter's birthday, and we're going to go to the beach. So I'm kind of excited about that. So let's knock on wood it doesn't rain. I need some fresh air. Hey, Glenda, how are you? Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, you didn't do a damn thing either. This really sucked. And I was all excited, too, this year, you know, because I haven't done anything. So I was like, oh, good. 4th of July party's coming up. I actually be able to see people and socialize. And no. No.
He was in your parade.
He was in my parade.
I don't know if that was...
What parade? I haven't gone to any parades.
Stephanie's here too. Rose Petal, haven't seen her.
Hey, Rose Petal, how are you? Hi, Stephanie. Yeah, my chat, like I can see it, but not everybody shows up right away. So if I ignore y'all, it's only because StreamYard don't show me everything. Oh, look at that. I hate the way that camera looks. It's making my hand look like a ginormous hand.
It is a ginormous hand.
But I slap you with. No, I'm kidding.
Barbara Hecox.
Oh, is she? Oh, I didn't see her. Hey, Barb, how are you doing? Mama Dearest is with me, too. If you see Mother Dearest in there, that's my mama, Barb.
Kendra, stop ignoring me. Did you ignore
you? Are you Kendra? I would never ignore you. I love you very much.
JK.
Actually, I think I messaged you today to see how you're doing.
Oh, he was in the Hill City Parade. Wherever that was.
Hill City. Where's the Hill City Parade? That's not around me.
Rhonda said, I'm used to you ignoring me.
Rondo.
Sorry, she ignores me too.
Oh, I think she said hi to you.
Barb said,
Hi to Rob.
Barb Hecox said, hi, Aries. Hi, Rob. How's your man doing? Barb's husband got into a really bad motorcycle accident like a month or so ago. He's a miracle. Up north where? Oh, he's doing fine. Good. I'm glad. No. Barb, I saw on Facebook your grandchild just had a birthday too. My granddaughter's birthday is coming up. She's gonna be double digits. We always say double digits means double the responsibility because that's the age my kids had to start doing chores and stuff. Stubborn and still kicking. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that'll describe it.
My mom's like, yeah, that'll describe them. Remember we talked about going to Texas Roadhouse? We still got to go. We never did make it there.
Oh, Thomas is my Grand Rapids.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's not near me. Oh, 8. Yes. So, anyways, it was Janet who comes in here. It was her suggestion to see if we could do something on if anybody had experiences with angels. But she's not feeling too well. She's pray for her because she's worried that she might have COVID too. Hey, baby shark, how are you doing, sweetheart? No steak. I want ice cream. How about steak, baked potato, sour cream, chives, all that good stuff, corn on the cob, maybe some clams. I'm just thinking around and said half the stuff you don't like. And then ice cream for dessert. My husband says, hi, Celica. The only person said hello to me.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
No, I thought Barbara, you guys did.
I don't know. She did. I don't think she knows who he is on here.
Well, hi,
I'm
Iris.
sure you do, Barbara.
Yeah, she did say hi, Barbara.
Yeah. I'm sure you do, honey. Mexican is Rob. Most people know that are in here often know who my husband is. Hey, Kashan, sweetie, how are you doing today?
Celica said yes.
What time is it where you are, Kashan? I'm sure it's very, very late. I know it's pretty late for Celica, too. I think she's like 5-hour difference from me, right? So, Celica, if it's 7 p.m. here, what time is it where you are? I can smell dinner. I am starving.
You ain't getting
My husband said I ain't getting none. He's cooking meatloaf, rice, and broccoli.
You should never eat after 6. That's when you can't sleep at night.
Trust me, I can sleep. Hey, Friday Blue, how you doing, sweetie? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my goodness, Kashan, you're still awake? July 7th at 4:41 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Oh, Celica, it's 1 in the morning there. So if y'all don't make it, I understand. Oh, Paula. Hey, Paula, it's 9 a.m. there. Paula, where are you from? 9 a.m. So you're just waking up.
I'll throw a rice ball from here to her house.
Rob said he's going to throw a race ball from here to your house, Rhonda. So here it's only 7:12. From here it's only 7. It's still early. 7 p.m. Oh, you're up until morning? That's good. Good. Then I'm glad you can make it. Hey, little Dave, how you doing, sweetie?
Friday Blue said so.
Oh, peanut M&Ms, baby shark. Mm. Oh, a turkey meatloaf. Oh, good. I like meatloaf. I like meatloaf a lot, actually. Actually, there's not much I don't like. That's why I'm quite healthy. You're surprised to see me. Sometimes I do paranormal in the evening my time. Hey, Jenny Marie, how are you doing, sweetie? I try not to do it too late either because I know a lot of people I watch go live after.
Miss people, Friday Blue way up there.
Yeah, I said hi to her.
Oh, okay. She said she keeps missing you.
Yeah. So like Tuesdays, most people I think know my schedule on Tuesdays. That's very consistent. Hasn't been consistent the past couple weeks because of COVID. Tomorrow, hey TFA, sweetie, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you and Jane Marie in here. That's nice. So, and tomorrow I do oracle readings, which are not as long, doesn't take as long as the tarot readings do, and it's messages from your higher self, spirit, and your spirit guides, and your higher power, whatever your belief system is. Okay, so I got a couple of the coolest videos ever, and I'm gonna play my favorite one first, and it was from Ukraine. And it's people saying that when the war started over Ukraine, how people saw angels in the sky. So I figured we'd start off with that one. And then afterwards, if anybody has any experiences or if you want to just discuss it, I'll have an open panel. So anybody can come up if you want. Just relax. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. It's almost done. Oh, my husband just took out the meatloaf. So maybe when they're playing the video, I could take a few bites in between when y'all ain't seen me. I am starving. I did have a bowl of cereal today, which is more than I usually have. Raisin Bran. You rented a room from a chick in Kansas City. She told me she's seen angels in battles above KC, but I don't know. Seriously?
Yeah, maybe some.
Oh. You want some meatloaf, Mama? That's better than a hot dog.
No, not right now, thank you.
Oh.
Don't like my cookie. Piss off.
Sorry,
Well,
what
you're a
time
good
is it
cook.
there, Iris? I
I'll never
didn't hear what you
complain
said.
about that.
Oh, it's 7 p.m. here. And you said, what was it? 9 a.m.? So that's a 14-hour difference. That's a big difference. That's why I asked where you are from. You have a crazy story about angels? Will you come up later and tell me? I know what time it is where you are, TFA.
Oh, Dave sees a cloud shape like them.
You seen a cloud shape like them? All right, so my belief is, example. So listen, Paula, I'm still having my coffee. But anyways, my belief is that if you see an angel in the cloud, and even if the person next to you doesn't see an angel in the cloud, that's that message for you. Does that make sense? That still meant something for you. Kashan says, I don't know about angels, but one day I kind of found something I said in childhood is connecting to the present, like dots, like it's all meant to me somewhere. Yeah, no, that exactly can happen.
You see that CFA wants to know if you're stalking.
You stalking me, Iris? I might be. No, you all are too far of a drive for me. I think you're probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. I mean, still not that far, but not like a hop, skip across town. And the price of gas, I ain't stalking nobody.
$4.59. We're done.
Oh, your grandmother said she saw an angel in her window when my mom passed. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful gift, and I'm sure she did.
Rhonda's so full of crap.
I see the angel every time I see you. Oh, Rhonda.
She was talking to Rob.
No, that's the yes, Rob has horns.
Rhonda, stop kissing her butt.
She wants to come see me. We all miss you too. I still didn't get to watch the video that TFA that Jane Marie posted on honestly I kind of forgot about it. On my Discord about
Rhonda.
the haunting in Connecticut.
This is Rob. She shows the devil.
Yep, it is. So, all right. So I said that I got to figure out which one it is. Hold on a second. Okay, I see what it is. I'm going to play the Ukraine one first, okay? So far, knock on wood, I haven't had a copyright thing. You know what I did last time? I exited out of all the videos as I went, so I didn't get confused. But I wanted to save them so I can make sure I edit it and give the credit to the places I did. And it's the news stations too. It's a cool video. Yeah, I definitely want to see it. I definitely want to see it. All right. Let's get this started and then we'll have discussions about what you guys think. And this one I really do think is cool. So is there anybody in here that does not believe in angels? I'm just curious. I wonder, I don't know how to do a poll on here. I don't know if I could do it on StreamYard. I just got Restream, which costs more, but it's supposed to be better. But you want to know what it is about it that I don't like? And I have trouble figuring stuff out. Is that I can't see the chat beforehand, which is kind of important on Tuesdays. But I can't see the chat beforehand to see who's talking before the video starts. It doesn't show, which is StreamYard, it shows it. Absolutely, Kashan. That's what I believe also. But everybody has a different view. And who's to say any of us are right or wrong? I don't think any of us really will have all the answers until we cross over ourselves. You know? I mean, I know what I see. I know experiences I have, and I know what my beliefs are. But does that make mine wrong compared to yours? I don't think so, you know? I think all belief systems are correct, actually.
Friday Blue wants an invite to your Discord.
Huh?
Friday Blue wants an invite to your Discord.
All right. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. So yeah, I got the Nightbot, but I don't know how. I thought there was a way you can get it to run by itself.
Here. Get out of the chat. See this thing up waving?
Yeah.
Hit down. That describes everything.
No, that link is wrong. I have to fix it.
Discord's wrong?
Yeah, that link is wrong. It expired.
Oh, okay.
There's, yeah, see, so if TFA or Jay Marie know anything about Nightbot, that would be wonderful. Can we learn the names of the angels? How many angels are there? Do they all have a different job? So many questions for the angels. I believe the same too, Iris, so whatever you believe. So actually, I didn't know how deep you guys wanted to go into it, so I didn't get information, and I'm not all knowing about it. But I wanted to get, maybe we could do that another day. I have a couple ideas. I would love to do one on guardian angels and beliefs in different guardian angels, what their names are and what each one of their jobs are. And what was the other one I wanted to do? Oh, near-death experiences. Let me write that down. But I was thinking about that. So if those are ideas that you guys would like, let me know.
Nightbot put it up there.
Yeah, I put in exclamation Discord, and then it'll put up the link. Near-death experience. So would you guys want to learn about different guardian angels? Or maybe we can find some of the personal experiences about them too. Okay, so listen. I end up losing everybody every time I say it. I lose a sub, but that's okay. I am not a Christian. Most people know this, okay? But I do have a very high spiritual belief. I'm a spiritualist and I'm a pagan. So the thing is, a lot of people are always shocked when I say I believe in guardian angels. And they're like, you believe in guardian angels? Of course I believe in guardian angels. You know, they've been around since the beginning of time.
Rhonda, yeah.
Rhonda, act shocked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure I'll lose a sub afterwards. That's okay. That's okay. But that's why I say I believe everybody's beliefs are correct. And I am not anybody judge because I'll find out someday if I'm wrong.
A little bit earlier.
Hold on a second. My mama is talking. Hold on. I'm going to mute for a second. Oh, Kashan. So my mother said that you found a feather on the steps somewhere. Different colors represent different messages, but yes, feathers do have meaning. So my totem animal is a crow or a raven, and we don't have that many ravens around here. I'm not joking you. I have a whole stink load of crow feathers And I'll walk along somewhere and I'll find them. I can't tell how many times I find them sticking right out of the ground, like it was purposely placed there for me. So I know, and a lot of people think they represent death. They don't really represent death, because they'll say, oh, you see a black bird, it means somebody's going to die. No, they represent the spirit world. Okay, so they represent spirit, and some of them have crossed over. So it's not that it means death or something scary. It just means they represent the spirit world, and they're messengers too from the spirit realm. So if that's scary, then that's how it turned into being something bad. But it's not bad. They're giving you a message. They're messengers.
TFA said Jay Marie has a story about feathers.
Oh, really? I have 5 near-death experiences. I found a feather Monday on my porch. Ooh, nice. You pick up every feather you find. So I'm collecting all my crow feathers so then I can make a smudge stick out of it. I mean, a smudge feather thingy. My mind's blank with them, and I have almost enough. Oh, good, Glenda. The night that we have, I think I'm going to do a near-death experience one soon. So when we do that, I would love to have you come up and share the stories. So anyways, let's get going, because you know me, I'll talk forever. Hold on, my internet says it's not very good. So let me see what I'm connected to. Oh, it says I'm connected to the right one.
Everything else you have on it.
It might be because I have a lot of stuff open in the background. That's okay. Hopefully it doesn't go out. That's all. Joby. Because it's saying that it's okay. I just want to make sure, but it really could be because I have too many things open.
Yeah, yours is usually
Yes,
pretty
yeah, the feather fan. Yeah, I have a turkey one and an owl winged, half an owl. You know, not well, one wing from an owl. And I used to have, I don't know what happened to it, but I used to have a red-tailed hawk one. I don't know what happened to it. I think somebody took it from me. Maybe I left it somewhere when I was doing service somewhere. Is really probably what happened. Yeah, that's one say son of Joby. He's like, I don't have it on, and he's sitting right next to me. All right. So, anyways, let's get going. I wanted to show you the thing with Ukraine. Little Dave gets alarmed by feathers, and he barks and growls at them. Maybe he senses something paranormal about the feathers. Yeah, he could sense energy. Maybe the message that's for you. He makes a really big deal about feathers. Oh, that's funny. I love feathers. And look at, see, I have a crow pendant. I never take it off. I love birds. I love birds. And I used, when I was younger, I'm like, how can people go bird watching? Like, that's so boring. And now I can just sit outside for hours and just look in the sky. And when I first wake up in the morning, I love hearing birds sing. It's like the best feeling ever. All right. So, hey, Scout, how are you doing?
There you go.
All right. So let's get going. I know I keep saying that, but yep. Is that a type of bird, little Dave?
Yes, it is.
I never heard of it.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh.
And a pair of cardinals. Oh. I heard that they're remaking the Crow movie. All right, let's share screen.
Oh, that's nice.
What?
Jay Marie, I have a feather tattoo that represents my loved one's past and lifelines coming from it to my kids' things.
Oh, that is beautiful. You know, me and my 2 daughters were thinking about getting a similar tattoo too and putting it right here. Well, one wants it on their arm going across. I want mine going across here because my dream tattoo is having a big tree that's tattooed to make it look like henna, and then having crows representing my family. like two on the top represents me and my husband, then my children, and then my grandchildren, and then one in flight representing my son that passed away. All right, can you guys see that? Oh, you guys see it? Hold on, let me go back on here. Okay, how can I make this bigger? Change the way my setting is. I'm going to put it like this, so then that way I can eat my dinner while we watch this. Let me see if I can enlarge it too, so you guys can make it full screen. Mama, you let me know if it's full screen in a second, because there's a delay. What, honey?
It just got bigger.
Okay.
You gotta
Good.
for it. It doesn't make an echo.
Oh yeah, that's right. So how am I going to drop it? Hold on. I have to make it smaller for a minute. He's right. See, good thing I got little man here with me so he can tell me. Make sure I mute because I always forget.
And someone asked if you know what a Western jackdaw is. Must be a bird.
Oh, no, I don't at all. You'll have to send me a picture.
Shining angels over Ukraine. The leader of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Archbishop of Kiev and Halich, Sviatoslav Shevchuk, said on Friday that a large number of people told him that they had seen shining angels in the sky above Ukraine. Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk spoke in a video message recorded on March 4, 2022 in the besieged capital of Ukraine, Kiev, whose patron saint is Saint Michael the Archangel. Here in Kiev we see that the patron saint of our city is Archangel Michael, who with the cry who is like God, threw into the abyss Lucifer, the one who rebelled against God's truth and was the leader of the devil's armies. Today we see that Archangel Michael, together with the entire heavenly army, is fighting for Ukraine. So many people from all over Ukraine address me saying that they have seen luminous angels over the land of Ukraine, writes the Catholic news agency. He added, "Today we pray, O Archangel Michael and all the powers of heaven, fight for Ukraine. Get rid of that devil who attacks and kills us, bringing devastation and death." Social media users have shared, however, unverified photos that allegedly show angel-like cloud formations in Kiev. The connection of the city with the Archangel Michael dates back to the Middle Ages, when the saint was on the seals of the great princes of Kievan Russia. The coat of arms of the capital depicts an archangel holding a flaming sword and shield, and a sculpture of a saint stands at the top of the Lac Gate in Independence Square. Visions of angels have been recorded in previous wars. A well-known example is the Angel of Mons, who was said to protect British soldiers during the Battle of Mons in Belgium in World War I in 1914. Despite scarce evidence, the story captured the imagination of the British public and attracts interest today. Thank you for supporting my channel. May God bless you and keep you. Our Lady, Queen of Peace, pray for us.
How cool was that? All right. How cool is that? I thought that was very cool when I watched that. So somebody, I think we might have talked about this before. And this might come up in here because the way they were describing how they see them and how other people might describe how they see angels. And other people will see them, depending on their culture, looking different ways where they appear at different times. And so who's to say who's right or wrong? Why is it in their culture they'll see their higher power, their belief, their God looking one way, and we will see it looking another way here? And when our beliefs are different. And I was asked that question. I've been asked that question a couple times, and this is my answer. I believe whether it's angels or your higher power, whatever it is, can show themselves to any way that will not fear you and make you feel comfortable. So if your culture believes in this, and then that's what they're going to look like, all right? Because you know if they come to you, because that's what you're taught what they look like, if they come to you in that image, that is not intimidating and you know who they are. All right, and the same thing, like, oh, our culture is different. So if deity comes to us or higher power, whatever the belief system is, and we view whatever it is Jesus or God or whatever it is coming to us, that's what we see because that's what we recognize, and that's and that's what's gonna make us feel comfortable. Does that make sense? That's my belief. So that's why I always say I don't think any culture, anybody's wrong. So I believe angels might look, some people say some cultures, oh, I see this and they look like this, and here they'll say I see this and it looks like this. Does that make sense? Yeah, same, Paula. Yeah. Yes, and yes, absolutely. So, Archangel Michael's a warrior, protector, strength, courage, love, and that's why a lot of times when there's times of war, you'll see more witnesses speaking more and more how they see angels. A lot of times they'll say it's Archangel Michael. Okay, so what is the next one I have? I forgot. Oh, a space one. All right, that's right. Let me share screen.
You watch your mom's follow.
Hold on, share screen again. Oh wait, I have to exit out of this one, huh? Sorry, y'all.
Oh,
Always takes me through 10 different steps.
send me pictures, probably.
Oh, you sent me what they are, Celica? I'll look at them after, honey. Sightings of angels in space. Alrighty. Let me make sure it's working. Everything's perfect. Sweet. You believe in angel power? I think most of us do. I don't think that's one thing that most people can agree with in every tradition and every belief system. I think most people around the world, that's one thing everybody agrees on. That's usually angels. Exactly, Paula. That makes sense. She said that they come to you in ways that make you feel safe in accepting them. I believe the same. Glenda says she believes in angel power. Friday Blue says biblical angels are frightening. Yeah, some of them are in some of the stories. And I think that's the way they are, is to get people to believe a certain way. Does that make sense? And I think that's how story was passed down in tradition. Oh, it's a bird related to crows. I had one like that. He was called Blue. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to look and see in a minute, though. All right. So we got it going on. Let me hit mute.
July 12, 1984. Cosmonauts Oleg Adkov, Leonid Kizmin, and Vladimir Janitbakov entered the 156th day of their 237-day stay aboard Russia's Scientific Research Space Station. To date, everything has gone according to plan. But on this day, all three crew members witnessed an extraordinary event.
In 1984, Soviet cosmonauts on board Salyut 7 saw a strange orange glow around the spacecraft. And they saw what they thought at first was maybe a gas leak. But it seemed that the whole station was surrounded by this orange cloud. And as they looked at it, the cloud coalesced into a shape.
Suddenly, they are all blinded by this orange light. When they regain their vision, they look out the portals of the spacecraft, and they're astonished by what they see. They describe seeing 7 angelic beings that are traveling alongside their spacecraft, and did so for 10 minutes.
The men described huge winged creatures, as much as 80 feet tall, that appear to have glowing halos. Officials dismissed the incident as a group hallucination, resulting from oxygen deprivation and pressure fluctuations. Later that summer, 3 more cosmonauts joined the Salyut 7 crew. All 6 of them, once again, saw these winged beings. But how could all of these cosmonauts share one hallucination?
It seems to me that this was not hallucination, that whatever it was they were witnessing, it was real. It was out there. Now, angels, aliens, I don't know, but when one looks at the recurrence of winged figures in human history, in terms of religion, in terms of culture, mythology, are we looking at something real? Are these angels that we see actually extraterrestrial entities?
Might the winged figures seen by the Salyut 7 crew really have been extraterrestrials? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that similar sightings were secretly reported by many Russian cosmonauts.
You have to understand that many cosmonauts, even if they witnessed something strange in space, were highly reluctant to openly talk about it because of the concern of being decommissioned for the reason of insanity. Indeed, some of the Soviet and the Russian cosmonauts did have very strange experience in space.
Did they really see angels? What do you think? Comment below.
What do you guys think about that? Hold on, let me remove this. What do you guys think about that one? Because that had me thinking too. Could have been a hallucination, maybe, but there's no way all those people are going to hallucinate the exact same thing. I don't think the odds of that happening is very likely. I thought that one was very cool. And it makes sense why people, like even pilots, will say they'll see extraterrestrial craft out there, or UFOs, whatever you guys call them. And a lot of times they don't get reported because they're worried about people are going to judge them and mock them and make fun of them. So a lot of things get unreported. So if that many people reported the same thing, I tend to believe them. Why would you make that up? Why would you make that up, having a chance of possibly, you know, people mocking you and you losing your career because they think you're crazy? You know what I'm saying? So I do think that one's likely. So I was wondering what you guys thought about that. Hey, Joy, honey, how you doing? How you been, Joy? Yeah, exactly, Paula. How can that many of them have hallucinated angels? I don't believe it. I believe they saw angels. That's amazing. I do too. I believe that one too. That is very cool. Oops. Yeah, you got to plug that back in. Oh, are you cold? You got a blanket around you. No, actually, you know what? It might be fine for a couple of minutes because the charger is almost full. So that's okay. Oh, hey, Kumquat. How you doing, sweetie? I hope you're feeling better, love. All right, so let's see what the next video is. I think it has to do with... Oh, I remember. I remember. Y'all can see it in a second. Hold on. Let me get rid of the old one. Stop screen and put up the new one. Yeah. Always got another one. Oh, which ones did I do? Did the ones in space, the Ukraine ones? This one. All right. Go back in here, make sure it's working, hit mute. This one's a good one too. You know what? The part of the reason why I picked a lot of them were the news clippings, like they actually came from the news, is because it makes it a little more believable to people if they happen to see it on the news. Does that make sense? Or a little more credible than if I seen like some YouTube videos out there, you know, that said, oh, angel sightings. And it was very obvious by looking at them, like most of them were fake, you know. But these ones are cool because they show imagery, they discuss it a little bit, and they have their opinions on what their story, what they believe that it is. All right, let me hit mute and get this going.
Trapped in a car or caught up in a terror attack, it's those moments while fighting for survival that some people report an overwhelming sense of calm, piercing through the panic. It's repeatedly described as spiritual, even divine. Could it be the work of guardian angels? ABC's Jay Shadler discovers some very surprising answers.
I can't hear.
In a moment of mayhem, or in that instant of exquisite fear.
And I looked at my ear gauge and I thought, okay, this is it.
Human beings often report being comforted by an invisible companion.
only my guardian angel could have saved me from such an accident as that.
Rose Benvenuto says she glimpsed hers at the scene of a terrible car wreck. Nick Sedoya never felt alone, though lost for days in a California canyon.
Did you at any point give up hope?
I had my buddy who died last year by my side. I felt his presence.
And the last words Felix Baumgartner heard before stepping from the brink of space en route to setting the world's skydiving record were these.
Okay, here we go. And our guardian angel will take care of you.
Again and again and again, as my guardian angel was here. Who is the guardian angel?
Well, that's the great mystery, isn't it?
John Geiger, an internationally known explorer and author, has been investigating this phenomenon for years. His book, The Third Man Factor, lays out his theory.
The stories are always similar, that there's a sense of another being, a presence, very vividly. There's never any fear or panic when this being appears. There's just a sense of calm, peace.
It happened to Stephanie Schwab.
I'm about as religious as a piece of wood.
While cave diving for a research project in the Bahamas, she suddenly lost her guide rope. In an instant, her life was on the line.
I suddenly realized that I was in trouble. I knew my heart rate, I could hear it bouncing in my ears. And I just kind of sat down on the floor and I started crying. I've never cried underwater before.
Only weeks before, Stephanie's husband and diving partner, Rob Palmer, had died in a diving accident in the Red Sea. And now, alone, she's facing her own dark death.
Suddenly the whole cave just brightened up.
And into that world floated the words of Stephanie's husband. Believe you can, believe you can't. Either way, you're right.
And then I calmed down, and then I suddenly looked around and I saw what I thought was a thread, a white thread, which is my guideline is white. So I floated up, and lo and behold, it was my line. He was there for me in a way, in an emotional way.
So how is Stephanie's experience to be explained? Isn't this just possibly an hallucination?
No, I don't think it is a hallucination. I think what people are experiencing is a very concrete survival mechanism that is part of our human heritage.
Geiger believes that in a life-threatening crisis, our minds experience both the terror of the moment and the peace of perspective.
And then the brain is able to sort of stand back from that and sort of rise above that and rationally figure out a way to help this person get through that.
So the guardian angel is us.
The guardian angel is us.
In extreme cases, our subconscious companion appears to take the form of a physical or spiritual entity. Rose Benvenuto, for example, believes this photograph, seen by millions on the internet, is proof of the guardian angel who helped her escape from a near-fatal car accident. John Geiger doesn't see it that way.
When I see a picture like that, I'm skeptical.
And yet voices, he says, like the one Stephanie Schwab heard, seem to be almost commonplace.
And they'll always say they heard a voice, but then if I say, well, was it audible? Would other people have heard the voice? No. So there's a communication that's happening
inside them.
Sometimes
the communication isn't with sound, but with images. A few weeks ago, Marty Hodges took his 2 teenage boys skiing in Colorado. Wide open spaces, perfect for a man with an extreme case of claustrophobia. But then, an avalanche.
And I saw it just coming towards me. It's really fast. And I couldn't do anything. Then I finally, my goggles ripped off. Then I had snow coming down my throat. I couldn't breathe for 15 seconds.
For me, when I was hit by the snow and I immediately was turned inside out in this complete blackness, I was sure I was going to die.
But instead of being paralyzed by his claustrophobia, Marty's mind delivered an even more chilling vision and a reason to fight his way free.
I could see myself literally at Denver International Airport, out on the tarmac, watching him go in an old-fashioned pine box being slid into the back of a 757, you know what I mean? And I could see it very clear.
Where did that image come from?
I have no idea.
Driven by that haunting image, Marty instantly made his decision. Battling through the snow, he was able to search for and then reunite with his sons. And just last week in Boston, Steve Byrne, standing at the finish line when the first bomb exploded, made a split-second decision to turn away from where the next bomb would wreak its havoc.
I know that 1 second different and 6 inches to the right, and it would have been a whole different outcome for myself. The guardian angel was definitely over my shoulder that day.
Left unanswered, of course, is why so many others never found their guardian angels. Still, in the end, all of these cases remind us again that it can be a very rough universe out there. To survive it, a little help from an invisible companion might just be essential.
Humans are very resilient, and I think that the basis of that resilience, in part, is this capacity, this sense that we are not alone.
Jay Shagler for Nightline in New York.
photograph posted to Facebook by a mother in Alvin.
May look a little creepy to you, but she finds it comforting. The woman's 7-year-old son, Asher, took the photo.
Y'all catching me eating, chewing. I was like, oh crap, it's over.
Can't see it yet.
They will in a second. Wasn't that a very cool clip? Sorry, y'all. I'm eating my dinner. Oh, hey, Sue. How are you, honey? So just excited you when you get a chance, let me know that you got it, and we'll work on getting you these feathers. Oh, cool. I'll look at it after. I read between the lines, so I got it, Sue. I understood what you meant. Yeah, wasn't that a very cool clip? I love hearing other people's stories. We can go on forever, all day, listen to different people's stories. Yes, yeah. Oh, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying these. So what do you guys think about these experiences people have? And when the guy said the part about, you know, something that basically, I don't remember exactly how he worded it, about somehow the guardian angels came for, you know, why didn't he make it for some of the people that lost their life that day? And my thinking is that they might have lost their life that day, but their guardian angels were still with them, just as much as they were for the people that were able to survive. Oh, just on, you had your own experience at age 12, so I can totally relate to these stories. I would absolutely love to hear them afterwards. We're going to have an open panel. I got the last video that was getting ready to start is the last video that we have playing for tonight. It's very different. I had another one. I don't know what happened to it. I lost it. And maybe it's because I was talking junk. When I see it, it was a news clip. And it was about this guy caught in his camera, him and his wife caught in their home video camera over their truck, what appeared to look like a guardian angel. And I first looked at it, it did. I'm like, oh, wow, that's beautiful. A guardian angel went over the truck. They weren't in an accident or anything. It was parked in their driveway. And then when I looked closer, you know, looked at it for a minute more. I should find it for you guys to see, though. But anyways, when I end up really looking, I'm like, wait a minute. That kind of looks like a moth. And I know this because I was a paranormal investigator, and you had to learn the difference between, like, bugs, orbs, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, it kind of looks like a moth, kind of close up to the screen. And that's why I gave the impression that it was an angel. But if they believe it's a guardian angel that was on over their truck, so even if I think or even know that it's a moth, who's to say that if they believe that it's a guardian angel over their truck, maybe it is. And that's the reason why they were able to envision that. That makes sense. Oh, you're a firm believer too, Scout?
Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's one of the ones I was listening to just beforehand, and I don't know what happened to it. I must have exited out of it by mistake. I guess it was meant to be. But I thought I had it up there because I wanted to talk to you guys about it and see what you guys thought about it. And then I was going to be like, oh, yeah, it's not a cool guardian angel. Oh, just so you know, that's really a moth. But you can see how you get fooled if you don't really know how to check the difference. All right. Let me go back to this other one.
A mother in Alvin.
May look a little creepy to you, but she finds it comforting. The woman's 7-year-old son, Asher, took the photo. He captured the image out of an airplane window.
When the mother saw the picture, she immediately thought it might be Asher's guardian angel. Our Chip Brewster has their story.
This is Asher. He just got back from a trip to Washington, D.C., lives here in Alvin, Texas, and you've become a semi-famous photographer. Nice.
He is such a blessing.
Yeah. It wasn't until Carrie Lyles gave birth to Asher 7 years ago that she learned he had Down syndrome. It's something the family has embraced since day one.
We did name him Asher with the 2 capital A's because of the extra chromosome. Oh. We couldn't ask for an awesomer kid.
Who takes some awesome pictures. One of his recent snapshots during a trip home from visiting his older brother has raised a few eyebrows.
So we're taking off and there's a lot of turbulence. And he's sitting next to me and he's like, of course, when he sees the phone, he wants it. He, starts taking pictures. And I'm like, cool, because that's kind of distracting him. So I'm going through and I'm holding my thumb on there and I'm like, check, delete, check, delete, check. Whoa, what is that? And as soon as I got internet service, I'm like, post that to my Facebook and I'm like, y'all, look at this picture that Asher took. The heck is this?
Comments poured in, each with a theory, but Carrie has her own belief.
Asher has always had something, if it's his guardian angel, if it's someone watching him. I guess we'll never really know what exactly it is, but I do know for a fact it was out the window of the airplane. He took it, and it's an iPhone picture, and it's real.
The Lyles family says it doesn't matter what you believe the photo is, as long as you believe in Asher. Good job, Asher. In Alvin, Chip Brewster, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
I'm yapping. Y'all can't hear me.
Yeah. Friday,
Yeah. So sometimes, because at first I'm like, that's quite detailed, but it was a child that took the photo. I believe the mom. And they said there was turbulence. He was probably frightened. So when he was playing with his phone, who's to say that wasn't his guardian angel out there looking to make sure everything was okay? His spirit guide, his guardian angel, whatever the case may be. So I do believe it's plausible, Yeah, that little baby was so cute. Absolutely adorable. You could tell he's just a ball full of sunshine. You had your twins at 24, so I pretty much grew up at that age. Oh, who is it that just said that their child? Oh, was it Joy? Did you say it was your child turned 21? Somebody just said that this past weekend that their grandchild, turned 21.
Said, I can't remember 21
anymore. Yeah. One of them said they had a grandchild that just turned 21. My oldest grandbaby's 13. Well, he's my little man now, but he's 13. I'm always like, 13. Yeah. Wow. And it doesn't imagine you just like, let me tell you. So when I seen that, I can't believe I'm going to tell you all this. So when I turned 21, I kept saying to my mom, Mom, I'm 21. Let's go to the bar together. She's like, no, I'm not going to the bar with you. So you know what I did? I wasn't living at home anymore. Obviously, I was already with my husband, married, and had children. Okay. So I'm 21, and maybe I was 22 at this point. But anyways, I might have been 22 because I found out a week before my 21st birthday I was pregnant. So they all had a big 21st birthday party for me and saying, this shot's for you. And I'm like, yay, thank you. So I couldn't even drink on my 21st birthday. But anyhow, so I kept saying to my mom, I would just go to the bar together one night, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, I'm not going with my child. So I knew where she was one night, and I showed up there. Can't say nothing now, Mama. I'm already here. Anyways, that's my little story. So my mother ended up having to drink with me whether she liked it or not. You got married at 18? My husband and I got married when I was 21. He was 20, but we got together when he was 15 and I was 16. So we've been together for 30 years. Because I'm going to be 29 and holding again this year. Celica says, my husband has a guardian angel too. He fell out of a very big tree. He was sawing it down and the tree fell wrong. He got thrown in the air about 2 stories. Oh my gosh. Did he break anything? Oh, hey, Grits. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't see you come in. How are you doing? And if anybody else ended up popping in that I didn't notice. So I think I told you guys this before. I think I told you guys this before. My daughter, when she was little, insisted that she saw an angel. And I said, oh, really? What did it look like? And she said, I'll draw you a picture, which I had to have her describe it to me because you really couldn't understand it. Hold on 1 second. My husband wants to talk. Hold on. My husband always has the jokes. But anyways, as I was saying, so she tells me she sees an angel, and I asked her to describe it to me. And some of you guys have probably heard this before on here because I've said this story before. And she was probably between 3 and 5. I don't remember exactly. But she said it was a beautiful woman, but she couldn't see her face very well. But she was like light was all around her, like a big rainbow circling all around her. So I went to go look it up, and she tried drawing a picture. She was young, so it was kind of scribbles around, colored like a rainbow. But anyhow, so I went to look it up, and I found something online that said children, because they're so innocent, they have an easier chance of being able to see. And a lot of times they'll report seeing angels as looking like a bright light with a rainbow around them. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's exactly what she described that she's seen. Oh, Paula, when she was 7, I'll tell you when you're done. So a lot of times people say that, did you want to come up here, Paula? So a lot of times they say that when people see guardian angels, it's usually a time when they feel like that somebody needs support or they're needed or something tragic happened or there's a loss or something. So at that time, as I've talked also in here before in the past, is that we have the house that we used to live in was haunted, and my daughter insisted that there was bad men in there that used to scare her at night when she was sleeping and described them to a T. And I'm like, yeah, that they don't, anyways. So, and I'm wondering, because she had trouble sleeping, like she would wake up screaming her head off around 3:30 in the morning, screaming, saying the bad men are there. So anyways, I'm wondering if she's seen that angel to let her know that she was protected. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me read these comments. Oh, it probably was a spirit around them. Oh, Jamie sent me an email. All right, honey, I'll check it after. It is odd that I believe that, unless it's something you want me to share now, Jim, I'll check it now. It was odd that I believe that my granddaughter and my husband's dad was taken up the post of guardian angels for my middle daughter because of her heart defects. Absolutely, absolutely believe that family can definitely be our guardian angels and be there with us.
Jim 22nd.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if it was an email that she wants me to look at right now or if it's something that can wait until after the live. If you want me to look at it right now, I'll look now. Paul said I was in the living room and she was in her bedroom playing, and she called me and asked me who is that man in her room, and I said, where? There's no man. There's no man there, baby. And she said, he's standing. Saying he's standing. Yes, I have tons of stories my children can tell you about experiences like that happening to them also, even when I was a kid. I started painting angels and other things after my parents passed away. My daughter who passed away also collected angels. Oh, I wanted you to see my angel picture I painted and some others. Oh, I'll look at it right now. I'll look at it right now. No, I'll look at it right now, honey. I want to see. And maybe I can show them. Oh, how beautiful you painted this. I wonder if I can enlarge. I'm enlarging it a little bit so maybe they can see it better. Jam 420 painted this. That's absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is so pretty. So pretty. I enlarged it a little bit. That's the original. I enlarged it a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. How gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
Read the rest of Paula's story.
See, right there, so I brought her out of her room, and this entity followed us to the living room, and he sat on our couch, and she described him, and I couldn't see a thing, and then he left. I guarantee you it was probably family. I guarantee you it was probably family. Just Dawn says, my experiences isn't what I saw, is what I was told to do. If I had not listened, I would have been or worse. Oh my goodness. To this day, I can't see if it was male or female. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you paid attention. I do absolutely believe that your guides will warn you and let you know things are about to happen.
Sean said,
Joy said, oh goodness, I don't get me started on near-death experiences. Everyone that's a Christian that I know believe in guardian angels. The Bible talks about it a lot. Yeah, I think everybody, I think almost all faiths believe in guardian angels. I guess sometimes angels show up in my songs. Absolutely. I totally believe the angels will give you your messages in a way that's not as frightening to you. So it could be visions, it could be dreams, it could be visibly seeing them, and it could be in forms of songs and poems and different things like that. All right, let me see. Is that the only one you sent, or did you send another one? Let me see. Oh, she has more. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you the flower one first. They look like lilacs, and lilacs are my mama's favorite flowers. And I didn't get any this year, which is very sad. You are very talented. These are absolutely beautiful. This is a picture because I tried to enlarge it so you guys can see it a little bit better. But look at this next one. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely breathtaking, this picture. Hold on. I'm going to show this one. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not kidding. This is very beautiful. Here, Mama, you want to see this better?
I see it now. Yeah, I was watching it over this.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Jam 420, you're very talented. Yeah, so how about that? Do you guys want me to do another show about near-death experiences? I think next time I'm doing one. Nessie sent me a couple cool videos on haunted castles in Scotland and maybe some in some other places, and find some backstories with it. And then maybe after that we could do an in-life near-death experiences. That way I could do a little more studying and find time to be able to find different things. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. So we can change it up. And I always love it when you guys have ideas. Like I said, Janet gave me the idea for this one. Yeah, aren't they beautiful? They're absolutely breathtaking. They are absolutely breathtaking. And I'm sure that me showing it to you on here is not as beautiful as the pictures that she sent. And I guarantee they're even prettier in person. So does anybody up here have a an angel story they would like to share? I can open up panel for anybody. Paula, did you say you had some near-death experiences? Save those stories though, because I know Glenda said she had some. I don't remember if somebody else in here said they did also. I would love to hear about it. Save those for the next time. Where did you live 1 year and then you were gone? Was it a haunted place? Listen, I have so many stories. I think I shared most of my stories with you all. My most important ones anyways. But honestly, I think the reason why my daughter saw that angel was because of the fears that she had. of seeing the bad men. Matter of fact, she said, how did she word it? She was little too. She said something about something about the bad men wanted to take her to, because she always said the bad men are there they want to take her or something. The bad men are there to take her. And she described them as wearing like all black, and they had scary faces and scary hands. Now, she was real little, so she was seeing them for a couple of years until we moved, actually. It started when she was on 3, and maybe it's because she was able to talk then and let us know. But I'm not kidding you, almost every night around 3:30 morning, between 3 and 4, she would wake up in a blood-curdling scream saying that the bad men want to take her to their home, or how their world. That's what it was. They want to take her to their world. And no little kid talks like that. And I'm like, oh my God. So we did investigations in that place, and there was evil there. Even a lady that lived upstairs, we didn't tell her our experiences, but there was a girl that lived upstairs that was pregnant and moved out because she said she was afraid the evil stuff in that apartment was gonna harm her.
Jerry's, it sounds like aliens.
Sounds like what?
Alien.
Maybe. She said they're really tall. You know what she did say? You know what's weird? She said one had a green face, one had a white face. Now, you would think it's to be a kid using her imagination, but she was insistent on it. And to the point, and she said her imaginary friends, she had them, and she would describe them in old-timey clothing, would come and play to her, and she said they won't come when the bad men are there. And it only happened when we lived there. We only lived there a couple years. As soon as we moved out, she's never had any of that ever happen again. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, your angels could be, this is what Paul is saying, that your angels could be trying to tell you something. And if you believe the numbers, then the angel will know you're receptive to receiving the information that way. So they will come to you that way. Kashan said, I had a weird dream in childhood where I was scribbling in a sketchbook and scribbled, and so that I got scared as I thought I had seen somebody, so I screamed from the dream. Oh. What did you think that dream meant to you? The bad men were probably aliens. I never thought of that. You know what, J. Marie? At that same time, I'm not even joking. At that same time, when we lived there, me and my aunt saw, and I think I've said this before, saw a spacecraft right over my apartment complex where I lived in at the time. And it was down low where I could describe it in details. And I used to go outside every night and watch the strange lights in the sky and the different maneuvers they would do. I'm not even exaggerating. It was all within that same time frame. And then I had a dream one time that an alien came to me that was actually kind of beautiful, and to give me a message about the world, actually. And I said, why do you look like this or whatever? And they said they come to you as a way that wouldn't be as intimidating or as scary. And they did show me them taking people away and said that they don't harm them and they bring them back. But anyhow, and that all happened around that same time frame. I never even thought of that. Interesting. That's very interesting. Care cards. How are you? Is there a reason I've always been drawn to angels, figures, pictures, you name it? I did see an apparatus when I was little girl in my grandmother's house. Absolutely. Sometimes people are a little more open. Fear is what keeps us from seeing spirit, actually. It's fear what keeps us. Anybody could see them. Or we try to tell ourselves or convince ourselves it's something else. So I believe you absolutely did see them. And a lot of times they come around to, they want you to know that they're there. They want to see you, and they want to show you that they're there to support you. Kumquat said, I sent you a picture of the day my grandmother passed away. I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and I knew it was my grandmother. Oh, okay. Did you send it? Just send it to me? I did see I got a text. Did you text it to me?
Deshaun says she's.
Paula said, "Oh wow, this show is bringing up so many memories and thoughts." Iris, have you ever done automatic writing? It's amazing. I've done it, and then gone back months and years later, and it's incredible. No, but I've always wanted to try it, and the reason why I do is because I have really bad anxiety when I try to connect. And I'm thinking that if I do that, maybe it'll take some of my anxiety away because I got something to focus on. Because I doodle when I when I take notes and stuff.
Sean.
My mom thinks I was possessed in childhood. They think I behave very weirdly. You know what it could be though, Kashan? It's not that you're weird or you're possessed. It might be just that you're more open-minded, and they don't understand that. And they just don't understand. That's probably all that it is.
Open-minded, gifted.
Yeah, open-minded, gifted, like my mother said. Yeah, we bring our own spirits with us into our new homes. I cleansed the home, but before I told you it was a bad house. So we cleansed it before we left. And then we cleansed this one before we moved in. Actually, the day I was cleansing this place was the day we were moving in, and the ceiling fell in when you opened up the door. Yep. You don't fear them at all? I used to talk to them at my grandmother's house. I was little that used to act like I was playing with her. I believe you probably did play with them. And sometimes it changes when we get older. It's only because society tells us that it's different and that it's not the norm. So we block it out for a while. And if you're lucky, you can get it again when you're older. That was me. I could see them when I was younger. I stopped for many years out of fear, and I can see them again, but I don't see faces very well. Faces scare me. Have a good night, sweetheart. I know it's 2:00 in the morning. Thank you for coming here. I guess children don't have much protective layers. Maybe that's how some energies get attached to late souls more. Actually, I think children have, this is my opinion, I think children have even more protection. They're innocent. It's just that their mind is open. They're not out into the real world yet. So their mind's open. And I can tell you from experience that you can see spirit more clearly when you're younger than you do when you're older. I don't know why. That makes sense. You know, you see them the same.
They look like people.
They just look like people to you?
Like if I'm not paying attention, they look like just black shadows walking by my face.
Yeah.
But if I pay attention and I actually see them, they look like people.
Do you see them looking like people, like you're looking at grandma, or do you see them and then see the rest in your third eye? That's how I see
Like you
them.
can tell that it's not like grandma. Like you can tell like it's not a person, but they look normal.
They look normal to you, but that's what I'm saying.
Unless
Does it look like
sometimes
like do they have skin tone and facial expressions and stuff?
Sometimes they like the one at Kathy's house, the one I saw, that one was scary.
Yeah.
Like it didn't look like a normal person. It looked scary. And the people at the old house, they looked scary.
Yeah.
But,
I was just telling them about the people that you saw in the old house.
Yeah.
And somebody had said, which I didn't think about it, she said maybe it was aliens, and that's why they had a scary looking face. You just scared her. She's like,
No. No, I could tell that they weren't aliens.
you think they were aliens? No.
You don't believe in hell, do you?
Yes and no. I believe there's an underworld, but not in hell per se. She thinks that they were from hell, like demons, is what she thinks they were.
Scared the living
I told her you used to
daylights.
wake up every night screaming your head off.
Like whenever I think of like, oh, like
You
think of
remember that? All
scared
right.
people,
So
those
you
are the
remember
people
that girl that used to live upstairs? You guys used to go upstairs and always get the candy and stuff from.
Oh yeah.
Sneak out of the house and run upstairs to her neighbors. Young
That
girl.
was me, and then I showed it to Robert.
She, well, of course, I didn't tell you because you were little, and she moved out, so I never got to tell her what was happening with you. But she was roommates with a couple of guys that were upstairs. Well, she was pregnant and moved out because she was afraid the bad things in the house was going to hurt her unborn baby.
They probably would have.
Yeah.
That
And then we moved out a couple months later.
lady.
It was. I'm not kidding when I say there was creepy stuff. I didn't see nothing like she did, but there really was a bad energy there. There was really a bad
Like-
energy there. And I know they used to keep immigrants there when they first came over. They would house the immigrants there. I don't know if anything ever happened in that home, but I remember that much.
Did you tell them about the little girls that were there?
I told them that you used to have your friends you'd play with, and they wouldn't come when the bad men were there.
That
should tell you. Yeah, he was like that, and that should tell you. She was really little then.
We're all born with this sense.
Yeah, we're all born with the sense.
It's just that society doesn't allow us to
Yeah.
say anything about, I saw a ghost, I got that, so we forget how to
Yeah.
do that.
They tell you that, you don't.
I
You
think
don't
all
see them.
imaginary friends are just ghosts.
Yeah, I do too. I think all imaginary friends are probably your spirit guides or spirits that are in the house. That was like my little man's imaginary friend wasn't.
Yeah, Gilbert, he's my friend now.
Oh, he's your friend now?
Yeah, he hangs out in my room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you say you still see him. Yeah.
Right.
My house here has a lot of spirit here too, but most of our family can see.
They will be
Can see
attracted
spirit.
to people that are open, so.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely more attracted. If spirit knows you can see them, they will make themselves known. And sometimes they need help crossing over.
We were up by Paula and she did automatic writings.
Yeah,
And she wasn't gonna do that.
that's what I was just saying before. I'm sorry, I was talking to my daughter. I missed most of y'all's chat. Oh, Jam and you guys want to come up? I'm sorry. See what happens? I'm listening to my daughter and I wasn't paying attention to none of y'all. All right, hold on. Let me exit out of here. Remove this. No, remove from stream. All right, sorry about that. Let me post the link. Sash said I'll rewash tomorrow. I smell roses, and sometimes, and someone dies 2 weeks to 2 months later. Oh wow! Yeah, you should. Hi, Duncan. Yeah, you should go back and watch the beginning. We watched some very cool, awesome videos. Cricket said she saw her first spirit when she was 5 and she's now 42. They can look just as real as me, and sometimes they aren't as solid. Yeah, see, when I see spirit, to me, it looks like a mist. Like, I can't even describe how it looks like to me. And then the third eye tells me what they look like. And I really think a lot of it is because of fear.
It's like the ghost whisperer. They look like that, bro.
Like the ghost whisperer.
You know how, like, in the ghost whisperer, because they're actually people.
Yeah.
They look like that. They look.
Can you see through them?
No. Can you see through them?
Yeah.
I never really thought about it. Like, I never seen what they look like when they pass, though.
Hi, Jam.
Hey, lady.
I usually make y'all show your face, but I didn't tonight. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna trust them.
It's gonna be all crazy and risk it.
Yeah. No porn bombing me, please.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, honey. So good.
Okay.
Hi, J. Marie.
Hi.
So, do you guys have stories?
Yeah.
I do too. But let J.
You
Marie
can-
go first.
Okay. So in 2021, I think it was August, September, my father was diagnosed with cancer. He was having issues with his legs with blood clots, and he went to the hospital, found out that he had blood clots. And when they went to do some tests, they found out he had cancer, mantle cell. So he was doing his chemo and everything. He only made it about a month into the chemo, and it wasn't working. So he decided that he was just like not going to do the chemo, but he was on like all these different medications and stuff. And because of the medications and the hospital stays and everything, we had to always have somebody there with him. So me and my sister would take like 3.5 days I would go for 3.5 days. She would go for 3.5 days. And we did this until he passed away.
Oh, wow.
So we took care of him, and, we pretty much lived with him. And we would see feathers, like these little feathers everywhere. And I'm like, what the hell? Because my dad lived on the 9th floor. So, and it was those windows, the ones that like slide closed.
Yes.
So like nothing can really get into them. And there was like the screen and the double panel or whatever. So we would just find these everywhere. And I'm like, do you have pillows with feathers in them? And he's like, no. So I would find them, and then she would find them. And one time she was in the shower and she saw like a shadow or something, and she thought my dad was trying to come into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And she got out of the shower, and there was 2 feathers on the floor.
No.
So the closer it got to him passing away, the bigger the feathers got. And the last I think it was 3 or 4 days that before he passed away, we all stayed there. And it was me, my sister, my brother, and his ex-wife, and 2 of my nephews. We all stayed with him. And the morning before he passed away, or actually a couple days before he passed away, I saw he was laying there, and he just like really couldn't talk, and he would just kind of like stare off.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked over, and I saw like this, it was kind of like a see-through, it kind of looked like a wave right in front of his face, and it, as fast as it was there, it like disappeared. So I was like, what's that? It was a little confusing. And then the day that he passed away, that morning, my sister found my sister found a feather, and she was like, oh, look at this feather I found. I was like, I found one too, because we found it like a few minutes apart.
Oh,
so
wow.
we put them together, and then she was on the phone. His ex-wife, my stepmom, she went to go like get changed and everything, get some food. My brother, he went out with my nephew like to go get some stuff from the store. My sister was on the phone in the kitchen, and I was in the living room, and I wanted to show my mom the feathers. So I was taking a picture of them in my hand, and I sent it to her, and she's like, that's the real deal. She's like, he has angels with him. So as soon as I sent her the picture, she said that, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I looked over, and my father was like a yellowish color, because he's Puerto Rican, so he's tan, so that's pale for him.
Yeah.
And I went over to him, and he wasn't breathing, and he had passed away.
Oh.
So as I was showing my mom, and we were always by his side. There was nobody ever away from him. And at that point, we were all away from him. So that's when he passed away.
Oh.
Jay Marie, sometimes they say that people will wait for everyone to leave before they.
Yeah, some people want you there with them. Some people do not want to pass alone, and some people, from pride, they don't want to do it when there's anybody there.
Yeah.
So were they certain kind of feathers? Were there all different kinds of feathers? Was there?
Well, when we first started seeing them, they were these really, really tiny feathers, kind of like they were coming off like the butt tail of like a little bird or something.
Yeah.
They were real, real tiny. And then as time went on, they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the last one, I can actually send you a picture in Discord. It was probably about almost an inch.
Oh,
and
wow.
mine and my sister's were the same. And they were white feathers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Sometimes they say if you find them all white, it's a message from spirit.
Yep. And it's weird because there was nothing, and that's how I knew it had to have been angels. And he was always saying like, right before he stopped talking, he would say that he sees his family.
Yeah.
And he would, because his bed, we kept it in the living room, was the hospice bed. So it was kind of facing like the front of the apartment, and then the kitchen was off to the right. So he would look in the corner like where the kitchen was. And he would just smile, and he would look like, he would have like different expressions. Like as he would see different people, like, oh my God, you're here, like that type of expression.
No,
And it
absolutely.
was
It's just before you pass away, family will come to greet you and wait for you. Yep.
Yep. And it happened within days. It was like the last 3 days.
Oh wow, yep, absolutely. That's a sign. A lot of times before a family member pass over, they'll start talking how they see loved ones or they're talking to them. And a lot of people say, oh, it's the medication, oh, they're getting delusional. No, they don't. Family really does come to you just before you pass away to let you know that they're to greet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's my story. I'll send you the pictures later.
Yes, please do. And I know that Kumquat, I think that you sent me. Oh, good. All right. I didn't want to show it before because it was showing her number and I didn't want to dox her number. So if she's still in here, I'm pretty sure this was from Kumquat. But this is beautiful. Look at this. I don't know how you guys can see it. There's a rainbow going right through the clouds. They do look like angel wings.
Yep.
How beautiful. That's very beautiful.
It is.
Pretty. Thank you for sharing that story, Jane Marie. That's beautiful. I mean, as tragic and sad as that is, those are gifts, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My story is about my father passing away as well.
Yes.
My dad started feeling kind of bloaty. You know, he was bloated in his stomach. He thought he had gas. I thought for sure that he possibly had gallbladder. You know, I kept saying, "Oh, Daddy, I'm sure it's just your gallbladder. We'll get up here and see." You know, so we took him up to the ER, and within an hour they came in and told us my dad had pancreatic cancer.
Oh.
And my dad was 80, so him surviving a surgery like that would be probably impossible.
Yeah.
They did do one thing to help him, but he almost died during that surgery, so they couldn't do anything else. So they just sent him home, you know, with hospice, as Jay Marie knows.
Yeah.
We put his bed in the living room. My parents lived across from the hospital, which was nice. But on the 5th of July, my dad was dying. I mean, he was really having a struggle. He struggled and struggled and struggled. I can't tell you, he couldn't. He just really did. And he said, you know, I called his hospice nurse because he was struggling, and I had given him all the medication.
Family struggle, yeah.
Right, and it was just killing me to watch him go through that, and I hated it. I wanted to help him, and anyway, she said, "Honey, your dad is just having a little trouble transitioning to the other side. He's just struggling right now. It's going to be okay." So as I hung up with her, I gave Dad a little bit more of his, I think it was Ativan, they used them. And I gave him a little bit more of that, and I swabbed his mouth, and I was just talking to him and stuff, and all of a sudden he calmed down, looked up, his face lit up like I'd never seen my dad smile, and he said, "Mommy." Aww. And I said, I looked at my mom and I said, "He just saw Grandma." I know he did, you know. And at that time, my son calls me, and my daughter-in-law's water broke, and it was a month early, and she was a C-section schedule, so she had to rush to the hospital.
Yeah.
And so my dad had calmed down after the Ativan, and after he saw his mom, he kind of went to sleep, you know. And so I said to my mom, I said, "Mom, I'm going to run up to the hospital. I just, you know, want to go see about the baby too." And since we were so close, I felt like I could do that, you know. So I went to the hospital, and I go in, and they're giving the baby oxygen. And I must have looked concerned. Probably I did. I was pretty darn concerned anyway.
I'm sure.
And that nurse, I'm not kidding you, looked at me and said, "Honey, don't be upset, Grandma. He's just having a little trouble transitioning to life."
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Within an hour, that word was said to me by life and death.
Oh my God.
And I mean, I don't know what my face probably looked like. Wow.
Yeah.
And I just felt like that probably was some signs that everything was going to be okay.
That is so
you know. And
did your dad pass that day?
My dad passed on the 5th of July, and my grandson was born on the 5th of July.
Wow.
I can bet you 10 to 1 they passed each other.
That happened to my niece. The day she was in labor, getting ready to have her child, when her fiance's father was passing on the next floor, and he literally died minutes before she was born.
Wow.
Yeah, literally minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So that poor guy, it was well, rest his soul, he passed away a couple months ago. The dad did, but I can't imagine. He said it was like a bittersweet day. He was very sad that he lost his dad, who was his best friend, but he also had a daughter born that day, also literally within minutes, not even exaggerating, because he was running back and forth between floors.
Yeah, you have to wonder if maybe the spirit went into the baby.
I do believe that can happen. I absolutely do.
I believe it happened with my grandson because he's so much like my dad. He's loud and he's boisterous and he's just so matter of fact. And I look at him and we call him Little Papa.
Aw. Yeah, someone was saying in the comments that they think that there was some kind of reincarnation in their family.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that. I think like people say, no, they don't come back right away, but I think sometimes you do. I think you set out your left plan ahead of time, and I absolutely believe that can happen.
I can tell you my dad did not want to die, and I know people don't want to die, but my dad was really serious about it. He really didn't want to die, and I often wonder,
That's why your story reminded me of my dad, because he was really struggling at the end too. And we had to give him the Ativan and the morphine, and we had to swab his mouth and everything. And finally, the last couple days, he relaxed after he's seen his family and everything.
Yeah, some of them will wait. Some of them will wait.
Yeah.
I got a story to share.
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me put my camera back on for a minute. I just looked at my thing like, how do you do this? But anyways, so I have two things. For one, I've had to help people cross over before. And one of the things you do, you don't want to do it too much because it could be too much stimulation, is you put a glass of water at the edge of their feet. All right. And then I'll do some Reiki on them, because Reiki will help them calm down and I'll help them be able to transition. And then I give them some stimulation, like I rub their face and let them know it's okay. You tell them it's time to go. It's okay to go. Sometimes they hold on for other people. So you just let them know, it's all time. It's all okay to go. And then I'll gently push the top of their head to push it down. And then I grab onto their feet. Well, I don't grab I hold onto their feet gently and help pull out all the icky and anxiety they have, so then they can pass away freely. And then if you can, open up a window or a door for spirit to go out. But that's one of the things to do. So what did I want to say? I have so many things. Oh shoot, what else was I going to say? Oh, when my aunt was passing away, she was one of the people that was holding on for family. And all the just before she passed away, we all were told to come in. She was in a nursing home. Everybody was told to come in and say their last goodbyes to her. It was my grandmother's twin sister, and my grandma had already passed away. So anyways, we all came to say our last goodbyes. All the nursing staff came in to say their goodbyes to her, and but she wasn't passing. So we got a hold of her daughter that lives in Florida, and her daughter was, I'm smoking cigarettes, so I'm going to put the camera off. So her daughter said to her, Mom, just hold on until I get there. And don't you know that we all left that night. We come back the next morning. Maybe it was a day or two later. I don't remember exactly. We all leave, come back. By the next morning, she is sitting up Now, mind you, she couldn't speak at that time. She was in a vegetable state when her daughter had said that to her on the phone. Put the phone up to her ear. So she was kind of like, she was contracted, those signs there. And she couldn't drink anything or she couldn't eat or anything at that time. So, but the next morning she was up, sitting up, eating her breakfast and asking to go outside to have a cigarette.
Oh my God.
I am not kidding you. When the staff came in and seen her there, one of them came in shocked and almost started crying because everybody assumed right then and there she was going to pass away. It was a couple days later she eventually did, and we know it's because she was waiting for one of her last family members to come to be able to see her.
Wow.
But she was also one of the ones that was sitting there before she got really, really bad. She was greeting her family. Do you see so and so standing in the corner? She was saying that for a couple of days. Do you see so and so standing in the corner with the red roses? And she kept putting her hand up in the air like she was caressing somebody's hand. Who was she saying that was? She was saying it was somebody.
My dad did that.
Yes, that's right. She said it was Uncle Carl, and he had already passed. So there's a lot of signs that people let you know beforehand. But I thought it was amazing that sometimes people literally do hold on. They will hold on for family members.
Yeah.
My brother waited.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. When my dad was actively dying, he couldn't move. We had to change him and everything. And one of the last days he did that. He put his arms up, and I was like, what is he doing? Like, I thought it was like a reflex thing or whatever, but the hospice that we used, they were like a Christian hospice, and they said that he's reaching out.
He absolutely is, because his family's there waiting for him. They're there to greet him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I definitely totally do believe that.
Yeah.
Which is, excuse me, which is kind of comforting to know that will happen to us when it's our time also. And we won't be alone. We'll have our living family and the ones that cross over all there with us at the end.
Yeah.
No matter how sad that is, that's still comforting to know too that you're not alone.
My mom passed away 4 months to the day after my dad on November 5th.
Oh my gosh.
It was quite the slam. She had an aortic aneurysm, which she knew she had, and she had had it for about 10 years. And we knew that would probably take her, but you just don't know when or what or how. And that night it did. And she was in the emergency room, and because I followed the ambulance up, and when I went into her room, she looked at me after the doctor told me everything and what's going on and what we're going to have to do, that she was going to die within the hour. So I went in to be with her, and of course I was crying but my mother was the strongest human that God ever put on this earth. I swear she was the most amazing human. And she looked at me and she said, "Don't you do that." And I said, "But Mommy, you're leaving me. And I'm going to miss you." And she said, "It's going to be okay."
Yeah.
And she just passed away so peacefully.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't long after that, she finally, she didn't talk for a long time. Then she said, "Jamie, I love you."
Oh.
Sorry, I just doxed myself. Anyway.
Thomas, you gotta show your face for 1 second. I just need to see your whole face. Just for 1 second. Okay, all right.
Okay, I'll show you my face.
Oh no, I didn't need you to see your face, Thomas. Thomas came up here.
Oh no, I don't know why you want to see my face, but I'll show you.
Yeah, I don't know him, so I wanted him. All right, you can shut off your camera now, Thomas. There you go. All right, I'll add you to the screen. Thomas, how are you?
Good.
Did you have a story to share also?
No.
No, I think you came up here before too, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, welcome, Thomas. Yes, you can hang up here with us. Do you believe in angels?
Yes.
Do you? That's cool. Have you ever seen anything before? Have you ever seen a spirit or an angel before?
No.
No. Yeah, one of my children never did also. But they believe it, but they said they never seen one. But all my other kids have seen it, except for my son, actually, my one son. he never seen anything.
Yeah.
But he believes, or sometimes he laughs at us.
My brother-in-law is Thomas. That's the one, Iris, that you said that you that he was making you mad the way he you did a reading for me once on my brother and my brother-in-law. And my brother, you said, he felt a lot of remorse. And you said my brother-in-law just was acting. It was no big deal. And you see, your brother-in-law's really making me mad. But his name was Thomas.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I think it's really funny when spirit comes through talking about how they don't believe in this, but here you are telling me you don't believe in it. That's
exactly.
It's funny because when you did one of my first readings, you read for my dad that had passed away, and your mouth was so dry, and you were like, "Oh my God, I need a drink. My mouth is so dry."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's my dad," because he always had something to drink near him because his mouth was always so dry. And when he was dying, we had to, those like those sponge swab things.
Yes.
We had to keep putting those in his mouth because his mouth would like hang open.
Yes. Actually, I have a story to kind of go along with that too.
Mm-hmm.
So my aunt that passed away, I told you, was my grandma's twin. Well, she also lived with my mom for a long time too. So my younger children thought of her as like grandma. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, when she passed away, my daughter, that was just in here talking a little while ago about when she sees spirit. She was probably around five or six. I think she was like 5 when she passed away. And she would say to me, one day she came to me and she's like, "You lied to me." I'm like, "What did I lie to you about?" She's like, "You told me Aunt Jerry died." I'm like, "Honey, no, she did just a couple weeks ago." She's like, "Then why was she in my room last night?" And she did not mount. We did not take my daughter to go see her in a convalescent home, so she didn't know she was on oxygen. Okay,
Yeah.
And she had a red button and a blue button, and she kept telling us to hit one of them. I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, so my daughter is repeating this. She's like, "Yeah." She kept telling me to get up and hit the button, and she's telling me to go get her a drink because she was really thirsty. And at the end, my aunt was very thirsty, and the same thing with the swab and.
Yeah.
So we brought her in beer. They said that we could, and like dipped it in the can of beer with the swab. And they're like, "She's gonna go anyways. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Let her have whatever she wants." But anyway, that's what that just reminded me of, is that my daughter came and told me I was lying because she's seen her, and that she was thirsty and wanted a glass of water and was telling her to hit the button on the oxygen machine. And
Wow.
I never would have known that. So that kind of makes sense too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When my son was born, my grandfather passed away 2 weeks before his birth. Now, we didn't think anything of it, but when he turned about 3 years old, one day we were coming in our driveway, and my older son and I were talking about my grandfather. We called him Pap. And Joey said, "I met Pap." I said, "No, Joey, honey, he died before you were born." He said, "Mommy, I met him in heaven before I got here."
Aww. Oh, that's gonna make me cry.
I know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I know, it's pretty. And my grandmother always called Joey her little light because he made her life better because she was missing Granddad.
So this is part of the reason why I was getting ready to tear up anyways, because I was thinking, it reminded me of a story. So when I had my oldest daughter, before I had her, I had a little boy that had passed away, and he was 3 months old. So of course, none of my other children have ever met him because he was the firstborn. So when I had my daughter, she had an imaginary friend, and she had it for quite a few years, and she was I have to turn off the camera because I'll cry. So anyways, she would always talk about him all the time, and she would get frustrated at us, like, "Can't you see him? He's standing right there." So one time I went to, well, first she said, when I said, well, what's his name? And she couldn't speak very well. So she kept saying one, but we thought, like, why would she call imaginary friend one? And then one day when she got a little older and she could talk better, and she said, no, not one, son. So I was like, oh my God. And then she would point to his baby picture and say, that's him. And she was little, so she didn't even know anything about him. She was too little for us to talk to her about him, So then when now she's a little bit older, and I find out I'm pregnant again this day, and I had my daughter with me, and I decided and I've never taken my daughter here, and we didn't get out of the car. We only stayed in the car, and I pulled up alongside, close by, a side of the road by where my son was buried. And I just sat in the car quietly, and my daughter's in the back seat. Oh, this part makes me cry. And she said, can you see son standing over there? And I was like, what? Like, she's little, so I'm not telling her where we are. She's like, yeah, he's standing right there. And she's pointing right by where he's buried.
Oh my God.
That is such a precious story.
It is. It still makes me cry.
I know. I have so many that make me cry. I can't hardly tell you all my stories because I'd just be following through the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sappy anyway, so.
I know. I am so sappy. I cry. My mom used to say, girl, you can cry like turning water on and off.
Mama, can you give me a tissue?
Why? I'm making you cry over here.
My mom's like, wow, you're making me cry over here.
Aw.
No, now my eyes are burning because now I got makeup on my eyes. You know how it goes. But anyways, yeah, so that's
You're so blessed to have your mama. Oh, you're so blessed.
Yes, I am. I'm very lucky. We're very close.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
She is.
Yes, yes.
I gave her a run for her money. I kept telling her I wasn't bad. I was free-spirited.
Exactly. I love the word free-spirited. You get away with a lot with that one.
I tell her all the gray hair she has is it's all the good times I gave her. It's all the silver
And I
spoon.
tell everybody it's from Irish got to you. I got the gray hair.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of us here have some really good experiences,
Yeah. I gotta tell you about my that house one day. Oh my God, that's a story.
Oh, I would love to hear it one day.
Yeah. I won't ruin it on the angel one.
Okay, good. I definitely want to hear it one day, though.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could tell you from my experience, there were dozens of people that were waiting, and it was weird because I could feel and hear each one of them all at the same time. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I definitely have to get up here. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Bye. I will see you probably tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Thank you for
Have a good night.
Thomas. Have a good night, Thomas.
Bye, Thomas.
So, when I was pregnant with my son, I had a dream that I had my daughter actually, and so when I had this is kind of funny, but so when I was pregnant, it was not with my husband I am with now. It was with a different man, and he had blonde hair, blue eyes like me. But when I had a dream of my daughter, now my husband is half Mexican. So when I had a dream about her, I had a Spanish little girl with little earrings in her ears and everything. And I remember her picture vividly in my mind. So I wake up the next day and I tell my ex at the time, I said, I had a dream I had a little girl last night. I'm like, but she didn't look like us. She looked different. Like she looked like she was Spanish or something. And we joked and he's like, what are you doing, cheating on me? I'm like, no. But anyways, a couple months go by. That was at the very beginning of my pregnancy with my son. So a few months go by. So me and my ex broke up at the very beginning of my pregnancy with my son. And a few months later, I was a teenager. So a few months later, I meet my husband and I'm with my husband now. Okay. But we were at the time. And so I'm with my now husband, and we go over a friend's house, and their daughter was younger, and she's like, I can interpret dreams. I said, okay. I have a dream, I'll tell you about my dream I had last night. And I told her how I had a dream that I was in labor, and a young girl came into the room, and she had silver eyes, and she kept telling me everything was going to be okay. And I'm like, so what does that mean? She's like, it means your baby's going to die.
What?
Well, he did pass away when he was 3 months old. So she was correct. And now I haven't talked to her and seen her in years. Okay. She was little at that time. I found her on Facebook, and now she lives in Florida, and she's a psychic. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had a dream when I was pregnant with him with my daughter, my very next child, right after I lost him. And I was told I was going to lose my child. So they're both, like one was a very sad, horrific dream, but really they were both gifts and blessings too at the same time. If that makes sense. It's weird. I had a dream that I had my daughter while I was pregnant with him.
Wow.
So it was my guy's way of telling me. I don't really know. And I didn't realize I dreamt that I had her until she was like 4 months old. We went to go get her first pictures done, me and my mother. And when the pictures came in, I don't think I did, but I wanted to cry because that picture was the exact same picture that was in my dream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I really did dream of her.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant with my son. But anyways,
That's so cool.
The universe works. And a lot of us try to not put two and two together where we try to cough off as being something else instead of just paying attention to all the signs that are around us. So this is I cry a lot as I'm getting older. Yeah, no, that's true. The older you get, the more empathy you seem to have.
You've lived more life, and you know how tragic it can be at times, and how wonderful it can be.
Yes, you get things. You understand.
Yeah.
You understand how the other person would feel.
Exactly, because you've been there and done that at times.
Yeah, I am kind of.
I mean, I just cried. But me and my niece, and she too has passed away just about 2 years ago. But before that, me and her used to just listen to sad songs and cry because we liked it.
Yeah, it's a good form of
And we always would say it made us feel better after we cried. And our one niece never cries, and she would be like, why do you two do that all the time? We said, you should try it sometime.
My daughter a few months ago, she is bawling her eyes out. And I can hear her in her room listening to sad music. And I'm like, why are you listening to sad music? It's just going to make you feel worse. She's like, no, I put it on purpose to release myself. I was like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If I'm really needing, sometimes you just feel like you need to cry.
Yeah.
And you just, and it just doesn't take nothing but a couple words of a really sad song, and I'm in the mode.
Definitely.
Doing. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me. And Jay Marie, it's nice seeing you.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love those paintings. They're absolutely gorgeous. Did you paint that chicken that you're
I painted that chicken. Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh.
She's a really good artist.
Oh my
I think my mom has a hand in that because she was my biggest fan, and I wasn't even that good, and I'm not even that good now, but my mom, I mean to tell you, she thought I could paint anything, and it was beautiful. And she just would go on. And after she passed away, I just started doing it kind of as just a release. And, I would listen to sad songs and paint sometimes, and it just helped me. And I just kept doing it. I haven't gotten to do a lot lately because I've just been real busy. But I'm going to sit down and get back.
Too. The rooster one reminds me of my grandmother.
Yes, you did. I'm going to send you a rooster. I'm just going to send you one I painted, and then you can frame it. You can have it.
Aww,
and I'll send you one too, Iris. Okay, I've got to send one to Ziggy. I'm trying to I got a list of people I need to just send one to because, you know, I don't have a lot of money to help you guys out, but you know, I'll paint you a picture. You can hang it on your wall or whatever.
No, and,
Oh,
and those are beautiful gifts that
yeah.
a piece of your soul went to each painting. So you give a piece of yourself to everybody, you know? And that's a
Yeah.
good feeling for your
Yeah, I love painting and I love sharing them. And people say, I love that one. Okay, here, take it. And she's like, just take it. I'm like, yeah, you can have it. I'll paint another one.
I love your paintings. All the
Thank
paintings you
you.
sent me, I love them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Never say you're not that good because you're absolutely amazing by the pictures I've seen. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. TFA paintings mean more than money. It's from the heart. That's absolutely true. That's what I'm saying. You every time you do a painting, you put a piece of yourself into that painting. And
Yeah.
that carries on.
Yeah, that's true. Your soul goes into it for sure. I had watched some people that do that, like soul painting, where they don't even use their eyes. I'm not that. Those people are amazing. They close their eyes and just feel the paper. Have you ever seen people do that?
Yep.
Oh, yes, I have. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. That is amazing to me.
Try it something.
I would, yeah, it would be pretty cool. I'm going to try it sometime because I think that would be kind of relaxing too, you know?
Yes, yeah.
My daughter is an artist. She draws really, really good, and I have so many of her drawings, and I love them. I just love when she gives them to me. I'm like, oh my god, you know, like just I save them.
That makes me feel good to hear that, J. Marie, because my mom always loved when I gave her something I drew or painted.
I
She
love
just would go on about it and
Yep.
just be so proud.
Yep, I am too. I show everybody.
I think the best gifts are handmade gifts because they come from the
Yes.
heart.
Yep.
That is so true.
How expensive they really are too. You know.
Exactly.
Energy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shorty, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you. Oh yeah, I said hi to your back before. Oh yeah, I had posted it, Mama. Mhm. Yeah.
I'm
How
on
you
my
guys
phone,
doing?
but I can't even
So
see.
if some of you guys didn't get to watch the beginning of live, you really should. I had some pretty cool things I found about angels and different things. And these people up here shared some awesome experiences, and everybody got to hear me crying like a baby.
We all cried. It's okay.
Yes, Veronica, just like your crocheted blankets, because they come from the heart. They're beautiful and they keep you warm and cozy.
I used to love crocheting.
I can't crochet, but my mom could. I have a lot of her blankets that she crocheted. I love them.
I used to do it a lot with my grandma.
My grandma wouldn't teach me to crochet because I didn't hold the hook right.
That's what my mom said to me. I couldn't do it because I wouldn't hold it right.
I didn't give up though. I didn't give up, and eventually I learned how to do it. My grandma's proud now.
You gotta do it your own way. You know, you gotta figure out your own way.
Yes, I hold the hook now. Actually, it was a guy ended up showing me how to do it, and he didn't know how to crochet. And he said, but his wife and his children did. And he's like, hold the needle like this. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it'll end up making it work out smoother and better for you. He's like, it might seem weird at first, but don't give up. And he's the reason why I started crocheting and making my hand adjustment differently. And it's because he always watched his wife, so he knew how to do it and the reason why it worked better. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've been here about 2 hours. I should get going now. I got work in the morning.
All right. Thank you. You have a
Nice
good evening.
We had a really good time tonight. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for coming to the series.
Thank you for having us. Bye bye.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. And thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Thank you, everybody that came in tonight. I really appreciate it. And I hope oh wait, I see I have private messages. I didn't even notice it before. I'm horrible. Oh, Thomas, he was saying saying have a good night. All right, I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Well, the beautiful rest of the week and this weekend. I know I'm gonna. I got some cool plans happening. So the next one we do, it's gonna be about the haunted castles in Scotland and maybe a couple other places, and find some stories that go along with it. And then after that, we're going to do the near-death experiences. So I have a couple in a row to do next. And then maybe one time we'll do the different kinds of guardian angels, but we'll see. So I got the next couple different ones lined up. So watch out for those. And have a good night, everybody. Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the way out. Have a good night, y'all.